Okay, episode 5. I'm just going to talk a little bit about my background, my training, how it's progressed over the years, to where I'm at now. Starting from the very beginning, I started training when I was in terms of the gym, 18. As a kid, from the age of about 2, I started swimming, playing football. So I was always into my sports, and then at 18 I found the gym, due to my football team splitting up and me no longer sort of doing swimming really. Occasionally still did a bit of swimming in my sort of early 20s, just recreationally, but gave a lot of that up due to my love for the gym. So I say from 18, the first couple of years, I had no real idea what I was doing. I think like a lot of people. I mean, I trained all my body parts, legs, chest, shoulders, back, arms, calves, abs, etc. Just no real structure, no real plan, no real progression. Just did it because I enjoyed it and wanted to get big, essentially. Did that for the first couple of years, and then I went to uni at between 20 and 21 for a few years, and I did sport and exercise science. That gave me a lot more information, a combination of that and doing my own research, reading into the topic and sort of really working out sort of best training practices, what worked for me, and how to get the maximum out of workouts. Well, not maximum, but as good as I felt I could. I never really trained the strength. I never found I was really that strong. It appeals to me being strong, but whenever I've sort of given it a proper push, it just obviously gets stronger, but nothing out of the ordinary. So I tend to focus more on hypertrophy with sort of a little bit of strength thrown in there, sometimes sort of 4 to 6 reps. On sort of bench, squat, deadlift, etc. But also due to, as I previously mentioned, injuries to my lower back, that has also limited a lot of what I've been able to do. So not being able to squat or deadlift at all for sort of quite a while, and then still very much so having to manage it. So I think the maximum I've done on each of the 3 lifts, the deadlift is 202.5 kilos, which is around 445 pounds. Squat, I've done 185 kilos, which off the top of my head is probably around 400 pounds, and bench, which is probably my weakest of the 3, 135 kilos, which comes in at about 305 pounds, I think, 310 pounds, 300 pounds even, maybe. So a lot of what I do is more sort of around the 8 to 12 rep range, and say a few higher reps, sort of 15s, and a few lowers, more sort of 4 to 6. I've never really done a full-on proper bulk. Most of it has been sort of clean bulking, adding a little bit of muscle, but nothing full-on committed. Trying to get over sort of the mental barrier of losing the definition you do when you do a proper bulk, but I figured that's got to be what I have to do to really sort of get through and get to the higher weight that I want to be. I mean, I'm about 100 kilos now. In the last 3 months since the wedding, I've put on 4 kilos, so that 1.3 kilos a month. It's about 2.5 pounds. So that works out about £0.5 pound a week. So I guess it's not terrible. Just don't be adding too much in terms of fat. But if I'm trying to get to 105, 110 kilos by the end of the year, which is about another 6 months or so, we'll keep going. But I think 100 kilos is the heaviest I've been, and I've always struggled to get past being the 100 kilos mark. So I really had to get the food in, really make sure I hit those high calories, because I'm on about 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day, but I've got quite a high metabolism. I always have. As a kid, I was always really tall. Well, not always really tall, but skinny, low body fat, and I've sort of managed to maintain a lowish body fat for most of my life. It's increased a little bit now with the bulk and adding on those extra kilos, but that's something I want to combat and get over that mental sort of side of sort of eating those extra calories that I really have to do. What else? Currently I'm doing push-pull legs, which I quite enjoy. It means I get to hit each body part 2 times every week, with a push session, one of them being shoulders focused and the other one more chest focused, as obviously back and legs being bigger muscle groups, a bit more attention on those. We did legs this morning. I've got a day off today, so I've pretty much just been chilling at home, catching up on some TV, playing a little bit of PlayStation now, and obviously doing this video, and making food. Make some dinner later for Hannah and I. We've got a cottage pie to do, which I've never done before. Shepherd's pie I have. I don't think it's too dissimilar. I say the leg session earlier, what do we do? We're doing, I say the main one I do for more strength focus is squats. So I did 5x5 on squats and got that 160. We'll put a couple of clips in of those squats. Also, what else do we do? Some calf raises, split squats, ham curls, leg extensions, leg press, and lying dumbbell ham curls. Didn't get clips of all of them. Sometimes just sort of lose track in the gym and forget to record whatever exercises it is that I'm doing. But that's really a very brief rundown history of where I am. I mean, when I started training, I was around 70 kilos probably, and I'm 188 centimetres. It's just below 6'3". It's always been quite skinny. Just added a lot of weight over time. Yeah, probably not 70 kilos, probably more about 75. I've always sat mainly around sort of mid-90s, and now we're trying to really get up to that 100 kilo mark, which is where I'm at now, and go up and above, up and beyond that. And that's pretty much it. Very simple video, just me talking to the camera with a few training clips thrown in for today. But it gives you an idea of where I'm at, and as we progress further, we'll continue to track. I'll add in the last few clips from legs training this morning after the end of this video, but for now, that's the end of this video.